Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm standing next to the 2026 Audi RS Q8. This is a performance SUV and some people claim it's a budget Urus. So we're going to review it, we're going to see what it offers, and we're going to take it for a spin. So let's go. All right, one of the first things to notice, this is the upgraded black that Audi offers. I think it's a $600 upgrade. So this thing is completely blacked out. Of course, you got the Audi emblems here. You got your parking sensors up here. You got a huge black grille sucking in the fresh air for this turbocharged V8. And that's the real kicker of this SUV, is what it offers under the hood. And we'll get to that in a little bit. And of course, you got your performance LED lamps here. So you do have some deep angled lines coming through the hood to give it a more sporty look. Does this look like a pure sport SUV? No. Does it look like a bigger blocky, a blocky SUV? No, it's kind of an in-between if you look at it. So it does have some sporty features, but at the end of the day, you're not going to confuse it with the body of a Urus, let me say that. So let's go and check the side out. All right, working our way down the side. Of course, this does look like an Audi SUV. I don't think they've changed too much in 2026 with the body style. So, but however, this particular RS Q8 has an upgraded black optics package. So normally the RS Q8 comes with 22-inch wheels. These are upgraded to 23s, and they're in the gray gunmetal. You have the huge Audi brake calipers here. You got the ceramic brakes, full performance, and these wheels are absolutely massive. They look really good on this. Instead of the gray gunmetal, I probably would have went with a matte black or gloss black, but that's just me. And of course, you got the body color rear view mirrors, everything blacked out. You got an Audi RS Q8 written right here, but pretty much everything else is standard on the side other than the wheels. So let's go check out the back. Coming around the back, of course, you got your LED rear lamps coming over here and actually going across and connects all the way over here. Of course, like I said, everything's blacked out. You do have RS Q8 badging, the red emblem here. You got your Audi badging here, and you have two massive tailpipes that really they could have broken up into four if they wanted to, but they are pretty damn big. Now, when it comes to the exhaust, it does sound good. It doesn't sound great. They could have upped the exhaust a little bit more to me, even in the sport mode. But when you're driving it and you get on it, it does make some good popping. I will give it that. But the initial startup and the revs, they could have made it a little bit more rowdy. Here's your trunk space, as you see. Of course, this is an SUV, so the seats will lay down and give you as much space as you want for, couples, small family, things like that. Now, we're about to get into the interior, and this is where Audi really excels at, is getting into the interior, as well as what is under the hood for the performance. So those are the two things, in my opinion, that make this RS Q8. So let's go check out the interior. All right, sitting back here, I will say this is one of the nicer interiors, especially in the back seat. This thing is suede and carbon fibered out, the Alcantara. So you have Alcantara over here on the handles. You got the red stitching, you got carbon fiber. You got your Bang & Olufsen speaker system here. Here, it's not lit up yet, but you'll see it in the B-roll. You got electronically control your thermostats here for each passenger, as well as the heated seats. And you'll see this in the B-roll. I hope it picks it up. The camera picks it up well, but you got awesome looking red stitching with this black leather, and even like it looks like when you see it from a distance, looks like there's black spots all throughout the seats. It looks really cool. And of course, you got the RS stitching right here. So very comfortable back seat. This is about where I would sit if I was driving it. As you can see, I'm 5'11". I got about 6 inches of leg room. So let's go check out the front. All right, here is one of the areas that Audi really excels. Over here, you got leather, you got Alcantara. The steering wheel is Alcantara. You got the RS emblem here, Audi emblem here. They should have blacked that out as well. That's neither here nor there. All your controls for your mirrors, Bang & Olufsen sound system, lights, full digital display. You'll see that in the B-roll. The digital display in the settings or the different views you can have look really good. You even have Alcantara over here for this little storage. Not a lot of storage, but it's there. 2 cup holders. You got some Alcantara here on the shift. And of course, so some people like it, some people hate it. You don't have a lot of buttons or knobs in here. You do have a knob to turn your volume on the radio. You do have the start stop button, but everything else is on the digital display that you have to hit. So you got your drive mode selects, you got off-road, all-road, comfort, auto, dynamic. You can set your RS1 and your RS2s. I've already done that for RS1. We'll be in full dynamic and sport mode when we do the drive. So that's how we roll here on this channel. And you got Quattro written across here. So, and of course you got the full panoramic sunroof, moonroof. But the interior is definitely sharp, and you don't normally use the term budget when you're talking about a $150,000 MSRP vehicle. That being said, when you compare it to a $300,000 vehicle, the term kind of applies. And being in a Urus and reviewing a Urus, this has, you know, about as much Alcantara as a Urus actually does. So now, here's the real kicker, it's the engine. And it's pretty much almost the exact same engine that's in the Urus. Hence why people always refer to this as a budget Urus. So, let's go check out the engine. Here's the heart of the beast. We have a twin turbo V8 cranking out 631 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, quarter mile in 11.5 seconds, and a top speed of 190. This thing will go 0 to 60 is just as fast as the Lamborghini Urus, and it's pretty much the same engine. So that's why everybody says, well, this is a budget Urus. Not only that, but from a performance standpoint, you got the adjustable air suspension in here. You have electric motors connected to the anti-roll bars that will adjust based on the cornering and handling and everything like that. So if you wanted to take this SUV out on the track, you actually could. And that's why I'm saying, you know, it looks like for the most part, unless you really know your vehicles, it looks like a normal SUV, like a normal grocery getter, normal soccer mom car. 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds for a 5,300 pound vehicle. Keeps up with a $300,000 Urus. This thing will embarrass Mustangs, embarrass a lot of Corvettes that aren't Z06s. All right, you've seen the outside, you've seen the inside. We've talked about the engine and the performance. There's only one thing left to do now. Let's take this bad boy for a spin. All right, everybody, we are in the Audi RS Q8, 631 horsepower. Here is the key fob, if you can see it. Got RS back here. There's the digital display, which is actually really nice. So we're going to drive this. This is a brand new car, so I can't give it the business the way I would normally give it the business. But let's see how this drives. I set my own setting for RS1, which is sport and dynamic everything. So this gets like 14 miles to the gallon in the city, 20 on the highway, so it doesn't get great gas mileage, but who cares? I mean, so far it drives great. It's an Audi, right? And I'm even in the sport suspension and handling, and it's not super tight. Still feels some of the stuff on the road, but I mean, you're gonna get that. I mean, I'm in sport mode basically. Now, one thing is this does have electric motors that helps the anti-roll bars, and it does have the adaptive air suspension. It's got got some pickup in this twin turbo V8. Might be a little too much traffic today for me to go around this little Research Park area road to kind of get a better feel for the handling on it around some of the little curves on it. Do hear a popping in the exhaust when you come off the gas, though. I will say that. So I do like that. Like I was saying in the review, I think it could be a little bit more throaty. Maybe a little bit louder, but overall the exhaust is good. See how I can take this turn. This thing does handle really well. I can't complain about that. It's definitely a fun SUV. If you have the money and you need an SUV, probably have a really good time with this. Like I was saying, this pretty much has the same engine as the Urus. Let's see, let me get into merging speed. There we go. I like to try to accelerate a decent amount so you can get the feel for what the acceleration's like and how it sounds and everything. This engine is paired with a 8-speed automatic transmission. Right now we're in 6th gear. Doing 80. I mean, and I wouldn't expect anything less, but it feels like, literally feels like we're doing like 45. The shifts are pretty smooth. It knows when and when not to shift. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much had no doubts that this would drive well. I'm just glad I can finally drive it, because it's been probably like 3 or 4 months I've been trying to get into a RS Q8. Be sure to drop in the comments below what y'all think about the RS Q8. I mean, it's definitely a family SUV. It just has 630 horsepower. How do you think, based on the looks and my review on the interior and everything, how would you compare it to a Urus? I mean, externally, I think a Urus does look a little bit better. It's more aggressive looking. It's got more aggressive lines. This looks like more of a, you know, a standard SUV, if you will, or sport SUV. But from a driving and performance standpoint, it matches up pretty well. And it's not $300,000 like a Urus or a DBX 707. I'll be able to give it the business here a little bit so you can see what the acceleration's like and how it sounds. Top speed's supposed to be 190 on this. We just got it up to 100 kilometers an hour. Now this thing accelerates really fast and really smooth, and the drive is what you would expect from an Audi. So it's definitely a performance SUV. But even though it's half the price of a Urus, the price tag's not for the faint of heart. All right, I'm going to head back to the dealership and park this bad boy. Let me know what you think about the Audi RS Q8. I was about to say Urus, because with all the Alcantara, it does remind me of the Urus on the inside a little bit. So yeah, let me know what you think. I think this would make a great daily driver or family driver, especially if, you know, you have the need for a SUV, but you've got the lead foot and want to have fun like you're 25 again. All right, that wraps it up here. Hope y'all enjoyed the review. Hope you enjoyed the ride along and the point of view, and we will wrap this up here in a minute. See you soon. There you have it, everyone. The Audi RS Q8, a super SUV that costs about half as much as a Lamborghini Urus. Comment below, let me know what you think about this particular Audi, and would you daily drive it? Do you consider it a budget Urus? Just let me know in the comments section. Special shout out to Audi here in Huntsville for giving me time with this beast today. Check them out if you're interested in any Audi. They'll take care of you. I'll put their link in the description, and tell them BamaCooley sent you. Remember, if you catch yourself in a fun car, truck, or even SUV, and you're in the back roads of Mexico, go ahead, have a good time with it, and give it the business. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one, everybody.